Punch-Out is one of the hardest yet easiest games I've ever played. That may be a confusing statement, but let me explain. Each boxer has patterns, and each punch they throw has different timings and strength to them. Despite being a sports game, this is also kinda like a rhythm game. If you are new to the game and have no idea how the boxer fights, you will most likely get knocked down over and over and over again. But the more you play, the more you learn, and then the more you remember the video and audio cues of each move your opponent throws out at you. And trust me, memorization is very important, especially when later on you have boxers who can almost knock you out with just 2 hits.
Bonjour! Bonjour!
With each boxer comes a new gimmick. To start, Glass Joe really doesn't do much. I mean, he has a 99 loss record and only holds 1 victory royale, so that alone should tell you something. He may hit you a few times, but overall, he's just there to teach you how to low and high punch. Von Kaiser is similar to Glass Joe, but blocks way more, which teaches you to dodge. And when you dodge any of the boxer's punches, that leaves them open, and after you hit them, they will be stunned, leaving them open to quite a few more punches.
Mommy! Ready for this? Yeah, just go, kid!
Disco Kid teaches you the importance of the star punch, and also has a lot of obvious video and audio cues, teaching you exactly while you should punch him as well as being patient with the timing.
Here it comes! Ouch!
King Hippo shows the player that you can't always hit your opponent with just low or high punches, as well as the importance of ducking. I'd also really like to note that he is the first boxer to hit really hard, but luckily he only needs to be knocked down once.
Knockout! Hey, great work, Mac. Now let's take down the next circuit.
So now that the minor circuit has taught you the basics of the game, as well as showing the player that boxers can be pretty crazy at times, let's see what the major circuit has to offer. Piston Hondo, a boxer who takes the fight very, very seriously. He's fast and has some decent strength to him, as well as his signature move, the Hondo Rush, that you either need to block or counterpunch for an instant knockdown. Sounds like a challenging foe, right? Well, that would be the case if he didn't have the biggest video cues that gives away what he will do next. But even then, that doesn't matter for the player's first time. You will most likely go down to this guy a few times, but with enough memorization and patience, you can KO him pretty easily.
Knockout!
Not only is Bear Hugger very accurate to us Canadians, but is also, in my opinion, a harder version of King Hippo. He has a good mix of fast and slow punches that do a bit of damage, but you really need to watch out for his... This is probably the strongest move that you will have to overcome in the early game.
TKO!
मैं हूँ शेर सिंह।
Great Tiger forces you to dodge in a select direction depending on what punch he throws, but besides that, I don't really have much to say about him. He is a bit annoying at first, but he isn't really that strong to be enough of a problem. Well, at least not in the normal run. As for the Title Defender mode, I think he is probably the hardest boxer in the game to go up against.
TKO!
Aha! Ole!
Don Flamenco is a pretty weird guy. He will not throw a single punch until you do. Overall, he's a pretty easy fight, although you may have to watch out after you knock off his toupee.
Knockout!
So now that you finished the major circuit, you should be feeling pretty confident in your skills and be ready for the world circuit. But don't get too cocky.
Let's go! Let's go!
I think Aaron Ryan was placed as the first opponent on the world circuit just to destroy your confidence you've gained for finishing the other two circuits. To be able to stun Aaron Ryan, you can only achieve that with counter punches. The whole time, Aaron cannot stay still, constantly moving around. This fight will probably take you a while to get used to, and easily is the most confusing fight in my opinion. But in my opinion, he is the most fun to fight. All the boxers in this game are very unique, but Aaron Ryan easily takes the cake for the most different out of the bunch.
Knockout!
Vodka Drunken Soda Pop is a very strong and fast fighter, who can regain health if you don't punch that bottle out of his hand. And from this point on, every boxer is a hard hitter, so from here on out you'll need to make sure that you're really good at memorization. If not, you will pay for it by taking a heavy amount of damage. But then again, the whole game is about remembering and overcoming your opponent, so just keep playing with that mindset. Also, he doesn't have any obvious video or audio cues, so you need to have some really good timing here.
TKO!
Get him, Cindy Long!
So with that last match, you need some really good reaction time, and that is still needed here, but remember the counter punch you learned from Aaron Ryan? Well, you're going to need to use that on Bald Bull's Bull Rush, and if you slightly mess up on the timing, it's an instant knockdown for you. Bald Bull is a perfect example of how good your timing needs to be.
Are you ready? Cause I'm gonna put on a show.
Super Macho Man has a bit of everything. The gimmicks from Aaron Ryan, the speed of Soda Pop, and the strength of Bald Bull. So you think he would be the best boxer in the game, right? Well, no. The gimmicks are his downfall, as they would be for any of the previous boxers. You, Little Mac, aka the player, have overcome those boxers because of how obvious the weaknesses are, as well as their big personalities getting in the way.
TKO!
Now enter Mr. Sandman, the champion. He made it as far as you did for the same reason. No gimmicks, just honest boxing. Sandman hits really, really, really hard, and has some pretty fast punches, but using everything you have learned, you will overcome him.
TKO!
Woo-wee, Mac baby.
Punch-Out is a game where your memorization, reaction time, and patience is tested, especially in Title Defense mode, where you defend your belt from all the other boxers who have lost to you. And just like you, they have learned from their losses, and will try to overcome them.
You really sure? 3 losses and you call it quits? All right, then. Let's go out on top, kid. It's time to take your place in history.
Technically, Punch-Out doesn't end until you end it. When you beat Title Defense mode, you unlock Max Last Stand. This is an optional mode, but when you lose 3 times, you retire.
Listen, son, you've had a great career. I'm proud of you, kid. You're still the champion in my book. Good job, son. Good job.